Pull up, two-door swerve. Pull up, pull up, two-door swerve. And back in the day, I was worthless. Started from the surface in the middle of the desert with a weather hot enough to break a motherfucking thermos, nigga. Ay, look at the flick of my wrist. Won't forget.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Sam here, back with another video, and today I'm bringing you, in my opinion, one of the best big man builds in NBA 2K20, at least the demo version. Things can definitely change when the full game comes out September 6th, but I'm mostly making this video because I think this is probably one of the best big men I've used in the demo, and I've messed around with a lot of different big builds on here, and the post score, which I usually make, just isn't really, like, you can definitely do post moves. The post game isn't broken this year, which is great, but I don't know, dominance wise, this is the best build hands down, and I didn't even max the height. I will say that, kind of a spoiler. You can definitely adjust this build to what you like, but not even at max height, this build's crazy. I mean, I am playing AI, and they're probably on rookie, but I don't know, just the way the game is feeling right now, I feel like this build's gonna be very dominant. It's definitely a traditional build, so if you don't like traditional centers, I guess click off this video. But anyway, for this build, you want to do max finishing, and it's just because finishing right now seems very good in the game. I mean, hopefully they don't patch it, but they seem to do that a lot with slashers every year. But anyway, this is very key as well. Physical profile. We are looking for the 90 strength. So no other physicals have 90 strength, they have 95, but we want the extra boost in acceleration, vertical, and speed. So let's go with the 90 strength, and you'll see why later that will not be a problem because we can definitely max our strength out with our weight. But anyway, what you want to do for attributes, and I've spent a lot of time on this, trust me, max everything but your post hook, because if you max your post hook here, you only get 3 more badges, which, I mean, if you want 3 more badges, go ahead, but I don't know about you, I'm a big post player, and hooks just aren't super consistent and so my go-to every time, so I'm not really gonna upgrade my hook. I mean, you can get it up to 94, but I don't know, we're not gonna be super tall, as you'll see in a second, so I won't be really going for a hook shot. Let's use those attributes somewhere else. So let's max out our mid-range, because why not? You want to be able to shoot somewhat. I mean, it's not ideal, but it's better than nothing. Do not touch 3-point shot, because even if we max at 50, even with a 3-point boost, it's only going to get up to a 60. Not really viable on this build. And then free throw, if you're primarily a park player, I wouldn't even upgrade free throw, but since I like playing Pro-Am a lot, I'm going to upgrade it a little bit, and I did. You know, I spent a lot of time on this build. Put it at exactly 73, and you'll see why here in a second. Max your post fade, because the reason we put it at 73 and not 72 is because, well, we get an extra shooting badge by doing that. But anyway, post fade right here. I know, I feel like I'm rambling on, but anyway, post fade, we get it up to an 85, which I really like on this build. It's a traditional center, but we do have post fade. We do have a post fade at 85, and you're gonna max your post moves up to a 91. So this is a traditional center with some, you know, potential finesse in the paint, except for, you know, a post hook, but who really cares? Because I don't know, post hooks have just never been very consistent for me. But anyway, moving on, pass accuracy, put that at 66. You'll see why in a second. We got to use those attributes somewhere else, and by somewhere else I mean interior defense, block, offensive rebound, and defensive rebound, and there will be our build attribute wise. So we get 27 finishing badges, 8 shooting, 13 playmaking, and 8 defense. Very good at finishing around the hoop. We're gonna have a lot of upgrades, and then decent defense, decent shooting badges, and then decent playmaking. So all around, this build is looking pretty nice. So we're trying to make Shawn Kemp here. What should we do for a body type? You can choose whatever you want. I'm going to do defined, I think, since I'm going to try to make him look like Shawn Kemp. You can make him, you know, you can make this a Dwight Howard build, you can make this a Wilt build, you can make this whatever you want. But for the height, we're going to do 6'10", and by going up to 6'10", we get 2 more strength. We lose some vertical acceleration and speed, but that's not the end of the world. We get some better defense, and what you also want to do, max the weight, because when we max the weight, we get up to 95 strength. We keep a 69 speed, 60 acceleration, which 60 is a good threshold. I feel like there's certain thresholds in the game, and at 60 acceleration, that's better than 59 in my opinion. From my experience in previous 2Ks, I don't know if it's like that this year, but anyway, we still have a 66 vertical, which isn't bad for a 275-pound behemoth. Yeah, I'm gonna use the word behemoth. And what you also want to do is max your wingspan, because we're trying to be a good defender and dunk over people at the same time. So the longer arms, the easier that'll be. So when we max our arms out, we do lose a little bit on the mid-range, but 62 isn't terrible. definitely hittable with a boost up to a 72 mid-range, so that's not bad at all. Our block goes up to an 80, which I think is very key, and we just become a better defender all around with longer arms. So yeah, let's move on past the wingspan to the takeover. And again, you can choose whatever you want, but if you're gonna try to copy this build exactly from my experience, you want slasher. Post scoring could be okay, but I would go with slasher because our best attributes are in the slashing department. I wouldn't go with defending because we're not even that good at defending. But anyway, let's go to slasher. And is this build complete? Yes. All right, so moving on to badges, we'll start with the defense and rebounding, and I'll kind of go through and give a brief, summary and why I chose each one. So box and rebound chaser I chose because, well, we want to rebound the ball, so those two go well together. Pogo stick I chose just because, under the hoop with long arms, you're going to want to block the ball multiple times in a row. That does happen pretty frequently, at least from my experience. Rim protector is nice just to block the ball. I have silver tireless defender just because the way that stamina goes down this year, I think they are going to adjust a little bit, but with the way it currently goes down, you want to save energy as much as you can, so I put that on silver. Intimidator, this is like defensive stopper. Very, very good badge. If you do not have this badge on one of your players, like I recommend this badge on every build, because if you don't have it, they will make so many shots on you. It's actually insane. But anyway, moving on to our last badge, we have brick wall, and this is kind of like a mix of brick wall and bruiser. It drains energy and then helps you set screens. You could put that on silver if you wanted as well, if you set a lot of screens. But for me, I'm kind of a two-way guy, and I set screens, but with this build, you might be setting a lot of screens. So that's up to you. You can choose there. Going on to shooting, this one's very interesting, and again, you can do whatever you want. Typically, I don't know. I'm on the fence. I would like to put this at gold because tireless shooter, it says shots. I don't know. Something tells me that this affects dunks and layups too, and I want to put it on gold, but until I see it pop up in game, which I haven't seen with me using this type of build before, I'm not going to boost it up to gold. But anyway, what we ended up doing was 3 silver badges, which is steady shooter, which this activates a lot, especially for contested shots, aka layups, I believe. Deadeye and deep fade, and that goes along with steady shooter as well. But anyway, Deadeye and deep fade, we can definitely utilize our 85 post fade and post control or post moves, like our 88 post moves. So definitely have those on silver. And then catch and shoot, just to boost our 62 mid range when you catch the ball and shoot it. I mean, your shots can be pretty slow without quick draw. I mean, you can move your badges around if you want, but you have to have catch and shoot on your player if you want to take any. It's just a really good badge. If you want to take any shots outside of dunking and layups, you want to have catch and shoot on. So anyway, moving on to my more favorite badges now on this build, it's playmaking, and we get 4 playmaking badges. So downhill increases overall speed of the ball and transition. So yeah, you'll be yamming it, and you'll get a big speed boost if you have the ball coming down the court. Dream shake, that's nice for post moves. Post spin, that's nice for post moves. And then bronze quick first step. This is getting patched a little bit, but I feel like it's good to have at least bronze on. So if you're going up against another big guy who's like 7'2", 7'3", 7'1", just bigger than you, you'll have the quick first step and probably be able to blow by him. At least you have a better shot at least. And then unpluckable, this is a must. You have to have this on gold. Reduces the chance of getting stripped by the defender. When they start double teaming, at least the AI, it gets really annoying, and I can't tell you how many times this gold badge really comes in clutch. So moving on to the finishing badges in the final category, where we have most of our attributes or most of our upgrades, and we have 2 Hall of Fames in Relentless Finisher and Contact Finisher. Seems right if all we're doing is dunking primarily, so gotta have those on Hall of Fame. Very, very nice. They activate all the time. I went with 4 gold badges, Back Down Punisher and Drop Stepper, to go along with the theme of 4 post scoring badges. Very, very nice. I thought about lowering Back Down Punisher a little bit, maybe putting it somewhere else, just because we're 275 and we already have our weight advantage and strength advantage to us, but I left that on gold. You can adjust that if you want. Consistent Finisher, I decided to go with that gold over Pro Touch, just because if most of the time I am going to time the layup right, and I'll get the Pro Touch boost and it'll go anyway, so it should be going in if I'm timing it right. But if I time it wrong, I'm going to want more help, so I went with, Consistent Finisher, and that'll boost if I, messed up. You could even do Hall of Fame Consistent Finisher, because it just, if you look at the badge here, it says penalties for missed time layups are reduced, allowing players to make more layups consistently. I don't know about you, but I want my player to be consistent, so that's all up to you. Fancy footwork. I upgraded this a little bit just because it improves your way or your ability to beat defenders with advanced layups or dunks, and that's all your player is, like doing dunks and layups. So definitely want that, especially if you're good at not post spin, at just normal spin dunks to the hoop, Euro steps to the hoop, anything like that, hop dunks to the hoop, anything like that. You want that definitely upgraded. And then, like I said, pro touch on silver, so having good timing, that'll kick in there. You want pick and roll, or at least you can upgrade that, but that definitely upgrade, or you definitely notice that boost a lot if you're setting screens with this build, which you will be because you can't really shoot. Slippery finisher, avoiding contact at the rim. I don't know if I've ever seen this really activate, but until I know more, I'm going to leave it on just because I'm running at the rim and always trying to do dunks and layups, so that definitely might come in handy. Put back boss, if I get my own rebound or any rebound, that'll definitely give me a boost. Fast break finisher, this is just to boost my takeover because I will be dunking on the fast break a lot with this build, so I feel like that's just a must. And then acrobat, haven't seen this activate too much either, but again, it goes with difficult layups and just layups in general, so I feel like it's a must. So with that being said, guys, that is the badges. Jump shot, it doesn't really matter. When you make this in the real game, you can make whatever you want, but I just put Anthony Davis on. I won't be taking too many jump shots, so that's all up to you. So yeah, that's gonna do it for today's video, guys. Let me know in the comments below what build you made for the demo and what build you plan on making when the full game comes out. Hopefully we get some My Team news tomorrow, because I'm a big My Team guy, and I feel like most of you guys who are subbed to me are. So rumor is we get news tomorrow. Hopefully that's true, but if not, thank you guys for watching, and until next time, see you later.